When you walk through a beautiful luxury home, it is so easy to get super excited and all reason goes out the door. Especially ladies, tell me if I'm wrong, when the house is completely decorator staged. Gorgeous furnishings, the spotless kitchen, perfectly rolled spa towels in the master suite, and every room looking like a page out of Dream Home magazine. And when you're standing there picturing your life in that beautiful home, it's so tempting to go, ooh, I'll take it. Oliver and I have owned several luxury homes over the years, so today I am sharing all the little, what we call gotchas, that we have learned along the way. The costs and the realities most first-time buyers either don't consider or they're not aware of until it's too late. I want to save you from that. This is simply a buy it with your eyes wide open conversation because the purchase price gets you in the door, but the real question is, can I comfortably afford this without feeling house poor? The first thing to understand is property taxes. And yeah, we all know that property taxes exist, but when you're excited about your pretty new home, you're usually focused on the purchase price, the mortgage, the floor plan, all the things that make you want the house. But the annual property bill can be significant, ladies, because it is a percentage of the purchase price of the home due annually for the entire time that you own the home. So the more expensive the home, the bigger your property tax bill. Property taxes vary greatly across the country. Using a very, very rough example, if you buy a luxury home for, call it $5 million, and your property tax is 1.1%, that is roughly $50,000 a year in property taxes, or just under $4,600 a month that you need to factor in. That's in addition to your mortgage and all the stuff that goes along with it. When you're walking through a beautifully staged home, you're probably not thinking, this house comes with a $4,000 tax bill. You're thinking, I love it, I love it, I love it. Maybe not, can I comfortably afford it? The next cost is homeowners insurance. And this is another area where people can really underestimate it because they assume that homeowners insurance is just a little extra add-on, and that's not always the case. Luxury homes can be significantly more expensive to insure because they are much more expensive to replace or rebuild if something happens. The square footage is larger, the finishes are more expensive, the roof, windows, cabinetry, stone, appliances, and all of the systems may cost much more to replace. In California, because of wildfire risk, some major carriers have pulled out of our market, and if you're one of the unlucky people that falls into the bucket of being dropped from your insurance carrier, you may be forced into the California FAIR plan, which is basically an insurer of last resort. Of course, this is just if you live in California. This plan limits the policy to $3 million, which, if you have a luxury home, this nowhere near reflects the replacement cost of your entire house. So if something happens, you could literally be out millions of dollars. Before we bought this particular home, ladies, we were looking at this gorgeous estate in Rancho Santa Fe, which is just a little further east of us. We had decided that if the homeowner's insurance checked the box, we were going to buy it. What we found is that only one carrier would actually cover the home because of where it was located. That means if at any point that one carrier decided to drop us, again because of the area in which we lived, we would have to go under the California FAIR plan. So yeah, we passed, and that was a smart decision. Higher maintenance costs. Beautiful homes don't stay beautiful by accident. It takes time and it takes money spent consistently. This is another area where people can really underestimate the costs involved in keeping your pretty home looking like a pretty home. A new roof, much more expensive because you'll want to use higher end materials, and the bigger the home, the more the coverage needed. Gutters need to be cleared, windows cleaned, drains, HVAC, pool if you have one, all need attention over time. That's just the name of the game. And the bigger the home, the more it costs to maintain it. That's the non-glamorous part, but it matters. Because if you defer maintenance on a luxury home, small issues can become very expensive very quickly. Listen, a tiny leak isn't a tiny problem if it damages custom floors, cabinetry, drywall, stone, or electrical systems. So maintenance isn't just about keeping the home pretty, it's about protecting your investment and protecting against much bigger bills later. Repairs cost more. Can I get a witness? Repairs are part of owning any home. It doesn't matter. But in a luxury home, they often cost much more because the home is usually larger, more complex, more moving parts, and built with a higher level of materials and systems. You may have multiple HVAC units, more bathrooms, more plumbing, more electrical, and often higher end appliances that require expensive parts, specialized tech, or full replacement if something goes wrong. This can be sticker shock. I mean, look, on its surface, a repair might seem pretty typical, but the price tag can really be a sticker shock. So it's not enough to ask what could go wrong, because listen, something always does. You also have to ask, when it does go wrong, what is it going to cost? The next thing is luxury finishes, all the pretty stuff that we love, right? Because in luxury homes, we're not just dealing with basic off-the-shelf materials, right? We're probably talking natural stone, custom cabinetry, specialty tile, expensive flooring, designer fixtures, and finishes that can be impossible to match if even one part of it gets damaged and needs to be replaced. So inevitably, when something breaks, leaks, or has to be accessed, you're not just paying for the repair, you might also be paying to remove, replace, or restore all of the materials around it. A perfect example of this, ladies, is repiping a home, which is what happened to us last year during our remodel. Repiping is expensive on its own, but not near as expensive as it is to repair and replace all of the damage that has to occur in order to access the pipes behind your walls. In our case, we had to access and then repair and replace all 6 bathrooms, which meant paying for drywall, custom tile and stone, cabinetry, expensive wallpaper, and all the finish work required to make everything look right again. So the hidden cost wasn't the repipe, it was everything that had to be repaired around it in order to make the home look good again. And the more expensive the materials, the more expensive the added cost. Landscaping and housekeeping. Okay, this might sound like, okay, big deal, until you own a much larger home. A bigger house with more property, intricate landscaping takes more people, more time, and more money to keep it looking on point. Lawns, pool areas, patios, courtyards, outdoor kitchens. We don't have a pool, ladies. I mean, we've got the biggest one right down the street, which is the Pacific Ocean. But our landscaping is intricate enough to require 2 people, 4 to 5 hours a week, just to keep it looking good. Pest control, irrigation repairs, outdoor furniture, and outdoor kitchen maintenance. It all adds up. And the bigger the property, the higher the monthly bill. Inside the home, as you can surmise, there's just more space to clean. More windows, bathrooms, laundry surfaces, etc. In short, it's a lot more upkeep, which translates to more money. Now, that doesn't mean don't buy the house. My point is, knowledge is power. Going into something with your eyes wide open with all the information is how most of us like to do things, right? So understanding that keeping your beautiful new home looking on point is an ongoing increased operating cost that you're just not getting out of unless you plan on doing everything yourself. And listen, where's the luxury in that? The next thing is renovations. You walk into a beautiful home and think, okay, I love it, but we would definitely need to redo the master bath and the kitchen, for example. That sounds fine until you realize that the high-end finishes that go perfectly with your new home mean high-end pricing. So the renovation costs are much greater than in just like a standard home, because you want to use the materials, the finishes, the design, and the execution that a home of that level is going to require. Furniture and scale. This is kind of the fun part, right? We all love decorating our house and making it look good. Okay, candidly, when we move, we might take 2, maybe 3 pieces that we absolutely love, but for the most part, we just kind of start over fresh. We just learned that what worked and looked amazing in one home usually ends up looking kind of weird or not to scale in the next home. That's because a larger home or different space configurations can misalign with your current furniture, and then the rooms just don't look quite right. The sofa that looked beautifully in your previous house might look too small or out of scale in the new area. The dining table might not fit the room. It's all about scale and decor aesthetic. Maybe your last home was a beautiful Tuscan style, but your new one is light, bright, and coastal. Luxury homes often have bigger rooms, higher ceilings, more space, bigger windows, and more outdoor living spaces. And as you may surmise, furnishing a large, beautiful home can be very expensive. So when you're budgeting for the house, don't just budget for the house, budget for what you think it's going to take to make the house feel like the home you want and deserve. And finally, unexpected costs. No matter how carefully you plan, there will always be what Oliver and I call gotcha expenses. Our gotcha in the very first home that we bought when we were married were the window treatments. And Oliver is still traumatized. The house was newly built, we were the first owners, so of course it didn't come with any window treatments. We didn't think about that before we moved in. First, high-end textiles and fabric is expensive. Then consider that the floor-to-ceiling windows meant yards and yards and yards of, kind of expensive for us at the time fabric. Ladies, this was 20 years ago and it still ran us, it was 6 figures. Other gotchas that can arise, a supplemental tax bill, especially if the home was reassessed due to a change in ownership. You could be on the hook for that. A special assessment, retaining walls, security upgrades, temporary housing during a renovation if that's what you're choosing to do, and utility bills that are much higher than you anticipated. Remember, if you're moving into a larger home, the utility bills are going to be higher. And these are things that, unless you really want to tighten your belt every month, which isn't fun, it kind of makes you feel house poor. Those are things that you have to consider. So the real takeaway, ladies, is that luxury homes are great, but they do come with significant added costs that you just need to be aware of before signing on the dotted line. The purchase price gets you in the door, but the true cost of ownership is what it takes to keep your home safe, beautiful, functional, insured, maintained, and aligned with the way that you actually want to live. Okay, ladies, I know that lots of you have experience with buying homes and we all learn from each other. So if there are gotchas that you want to share with the community, please feel free to share and engage below. You must be subscribed in order to comment. That is how we keep it kind and classy. Have a great couple days, ladies. Please take care and I'll see you in a couple.